Q and E moves the levels up and down.
So two times
Q and E. Yeah.
I just wanted to mainly get each.
Yeah,
player.
the middle, right there. Yeah, Lucio.
So the pick their heroes.
Yeah, you can left click to snap on a character, and then space bar. Oh, okay, good.
Go on, hang.
Alright, now
It's
this
just really-
is actually quite interesting competition from both teams right now. So Deceptionex Academy and Josh Wace and Juan are going with the good old bread and butter textbook build of Roadhog, Diva and Honor. Surprisingly the same team comp that won our last Overwatch tournament at the Gigabyte LAN. Whereas Delta Riggs and Zed and Prant are going for the more sort of standardized Roadhog, 76 and Lucio. Now the viability of Lucio in a 3v3 is still quite questionable because his ability to heal isn't as quick as say Ana or more dedicated healers like Ana or Mercy. You really want to play Lucio more in like a 6 sort of scenario. Now Soldier is trying to find from the back. Trying to take out the Roadhog. Trying to capture the point right now. Blue team does lose their Roadhog.
Time to raise my APM.
And Blue team does lose their Honor. So it's 2 tanks versus 1 DPS and 1 support. No, I think the 2 tanks have it very cleanly in the bag.
Yeah, they're running the competition that we saw at the previous tournament in the BlizzSock LAN. Yeah, the Diva, Roadhog, and
he does put the Diva, and Diva's back into human mode.
Baby Diva is what we call it. Yeah, so it looks like Blue team is trying to find this point. Looks like Red team is really kind of dumb. Really trying to.
Oh, and it does take out.
Okay, I think we should
does take it out. I think the reason Prant is playing Lucio in this sort of scenario is especially the control point is what's selected. And as Lucio, if you are able to just push him up just a little bit, and that's obviously in Brian's
Locking down the objective.
Diva does get taken off, and Blue team does secure the first point here.
So it's a little more back and forth than the previous match. Yep. It looks like okay. So it looks like Blue team has the ult advantage and they've got the point, so they're in a pretty good position to hold off against this Ana boost.
Yeah. However, Red team does have Ana ult ready, so compared with combined with Roadhog's ult, Roadhog can get his ult in time.
Time to raise my APM.
Going ham.
Went ham on the Diva ult, and Canopy does hook the 76 and takes him out. Okay, so it's going to be 1 Lucio against 2 tanks. I don't think that's ever going to go into Lucio's
he's
favor.
riding the speed boost to get him out of spawn.
Yeah, that's right. He's slowly grouping back with his team member, whilst Red team does take back control of the point with their textbook composition.
And really good goal.
Definitely have his ult. The sound barrier gives you 500.
Oh, let's break it down!
Over time. Ooh. However, it's only for Lucio with a delayed ult there. And Lucio does get taken off by the Ana and Diva.
Yeah, I think that blocked it.
Looks like they still haven't used this Ana boost here. So they're in a pretty good position to hold it.
Ana, I think you really much only use Ana when the when the other team uses their ult anyways.
Well, I mean, it's a really good tool to help you win the fight. It just basically, since you've got 2 tanks, you can put it on either one. Delta is taking a really good charge. Almost taking her out soon, and she does get out of it.
Diana doesn't have a fast, so Diana doesn't have a fast.
And looks like they're going to try and stagger this Roadhog as much as possible.
Yeah. This is still anybody's fight right now here, as Blue team does secure the point with the Deceptionex falling back to his 2 tanks.
Yeah, they played that pretty well. They landed a really good charge. They split up the team, and they went for individual picks. And looks like they will be coming up for a few key ults. They've got aimbot coming up. Red team still hasn't used, is still holding onto this now.
Ana, oh yeah.
You're powered up. Get in
Ana
there.
does use her ult. that will be the end of the blue team here. Soldier and Diva just also secure the victory.
Victory ult.
Victory ult. Alright, and our exec team does take map number 1. Let's move on to our next map in Ilios. Is going to be Ruins. Yeah, they are switching up the comp. Because they're playing Reinhardt, which is actually an
not sure
interesting...
about the viability of Reinhardt in 3v3. Vincent, what do you think?
So what I'm thinking is, blue team had really good coordination on their pushes. However, they weren't able to kind of capitalize on.
Look, they changed out the Reinhardt.
They changed it out. Oh, Edgelord Reaper. Oh, especially with I hope Deceptionex is not playing Reaper just for the legendary skin.
They're going for the Reaper's a tank killer kind of idea.
Yeah.
So
I guess so.
It's a good idea, but the real problem is this kind of suffers against just those killer actually. So yeah, it's a bit of a
APM จะหมุนระเบิดนะ
it's a bit of a tough
And Prant is playing and does take Diva out of it. And he does damage, but yes.
So their healing is nowhere near on point as when they have Lucio. I guess it's the advantage of Lucio. You have to aim your heals at all, and you can pretty much focus on.
Anna appears to be trying to do DPS rather than actually healing her team.
I have you covered.
So I don't know. Blue team has the point. Red team is kind of
So scattered everywhere. Oh, and red team does choose to go for artillery in the form of Junkrat over here. Now the viability of Junkrat, especially in such a really wide open map, where you can deliberately bounce grenades through corners, is obviously something that you really want to do.
it looks like the Honor tail get hooked and killed there. It looks like red team will lose
Restoring
that
your
fight.
health.
What was that fight?
Yeah, Junkrat on this point is I don't know, when it's decent for point, but because you have that high ground to attack the point from, because Junkrat is really benefits from that high ground. However, when you actually hold the point, it's really hard for that Junkrat to actually get anywhere.
No. Junkrat does need to make use
Looks like all the blue teams pretty much has their ult.
Walk it off.
Yep. However, we do only have Reaper and Arno left against 3 of the red team. Oh, and
they all don't take out the other.
Oh, but the Reaper does get taken out.
It looks like they've lost one member.
Oh, and red team does take
Wait, when you say
point
lost one
capture.
member as in disconnect?
No,
I'll rest
they lost
when
one member of the fight.
done.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
right. I was just wondering what it meant
Yeah.
when the thing went blank there.
No, that means
The
they're
red team.
done.
So Roadhog and Arna do have their ult on both teams actually. So when they use their ult is a better question.
Diana can't appear to get to the roadhog.
Die fever.
He does go for the anti-kill check.
It looks like he's trying to out DPS the other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I don't
seems
know.
to be focusing a lot more on the damaging than the healing.
And he's going straight for...
Looks like Reaper's going for see if this works out actually. It has to come into the little room there.
Oh, and he takes out Diana.
Yep, he takes out the arm. Looks like that's a one fight.
And Arna just had to sleep and takes out the Roadhog. Blue team does secure back the point. Fairly easily.
So basically blue team with this Reaper and so Reaper can go try and find soak in Roadhog. This Honor can just float around trying to get good sleep dart or trying to get something off, because both if Honor hits blue team gets the 6 sleep dart, then they're
Blue
basically
team
dead.
doesn't appear to... Oh wait, they just won.
And they just won the point. So that evens out at 1-1.
I think if red team made a huge mistake switching into the Junkrat, because not only did they lose the entire point of their team competition, which was to out-sustain the other team, they compensated for Junkrat, which is not really good at going direct to DPS.
Alright. So our next map here as well. Well, what do you think about the viabilities of Hero in this map yourself?
Well, you're asking a Roadhog main, and what do I think of this? I think it's excellent for Roadhog.
Yes.
So,
Well, both teams have roadhog though, so what about the other It's basically about the Reaper versus Symmetra. That's the real difference in the team.
Oh, and the Symmetra, yeah. Symmetra does make an appearance. Symmetra being the main for Josh wasting one.
Yeah, Symmetra's really... I don't know.
Especially the ults with the teleporters.
Yeah, they're really powerful.
And the shield.
It looks like they do get a really good nice headshot. It looks like blue team will take the fight. Yep. So that's the problem with Symmetra. Unless she can actually get practice set up on the point, she's basically useless on pushing the points. But once you do, if you do win the first fight, and you take that risk, it pays off so well because you get those sentry turrets off, you get probably your ult charge really fast because Symmetra is just the fastest charging ult in the game, and your ult is really powerful.
How frequently does Josh actually play the Symmetra update? Because he said that he hasn't played in a long time.
Oh yeah, Josh hasn't played in like, what, 3 months.
Okay, so that would have been before the... So after the Symmetra update.
Yeah, looks like he tries to go in by himself. And looks like blue team will be holding into this little choke here, which is really good for them because it's 2 very close range heroes. Roadhog and Reaper doing work. They're basically holding a close range. And let's see. So this, I don't know how this Symmetra is going to work out for them because she's almost got ult, but even if she does get the shield generator, the entire team composition, just so much damage at close range, it won't really matter that much. That extra 75 HP.
And also, 75 HP for a Roadhog doesn't really mean much because he's just got so much already.
Exactly.
75 is maybe like 10%.
The only person it really favors is the Ana. And in that situation, when you have so much damage at you, and Ana is almost useless in the fight because your Roadhog and Reaper are just going to shred through everything. And unless you can get a really good sleep, it's not going to work. It looks like blue team will be holding on here. They have not given up this point yet, and this map is super good for, again, Roadhog and also Reaper because, again, they're close range skirmishers, and, well, this is a really close range map. Also, the thing about this map, when both teams have chosen the composition like this, is it's really hard to fight around that well because you're both at long range. It's basically up to the Roadhogs to tell it.
Splitting up a fair amount.
Nice ult by David to push him off the point.
Yeah.
2-1.
Score
So what are your thoughts on this?
2-1.
I was pretty much thinking the same stuff with the
But the problem is getting the point in the first place.
and also like with a few, like 2 or 3 well-placed shots from the Reaper, she's down before she can get her DPS up to higher.
Scooch it a bit. So, yeah, camera action.
I don't want to have a
Camera action. Ah, God. I'm the observer and the camera.
Zenyatta is here.
And anyway, it looks like they're gonna. Ooh, they're switching up. So
Chance to
Josh has decided to go with this monkey here, which is
There's enough healing for the monkey.
not only that, he's playing into the 2 heroes that counter him the best, Reaper and Roadhog.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't think that's going to end well for them.
Let's see how this monkey works out.
Don't have to. Oh, the shield hit the back. Oh no, it didn't. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh,
I mean, it's
the
getting.
Reaper got the
He can't. Winston's mostly health,
Looks like
and
they won that fight.
yeah, shotguns just tear through him. What they really need here is probably a Reinhardt
You're going to be okay.
to deal with these, this really close range composition. But once they have the point, pushing through this choke is really difficult.
I'm surprised the Reinhardt, so the Roadhog on blue team isn't going to flank anymore.
Yeah, no, he's just playing with the team.
Yeah.
That's David's space out.
That's true, yeah. I suppose it's something you get from playing Lucio a lot.
It looks like they're gonna go with Zenyatta to supposedly try and get some damage on and this is and they go with the Zarya, presumably as insurance for the ball. But I don't know. It's really hard for the Zarya to get any actual charge. without actually. Yeah, I mean like. Yeah. He's not gonna get any more. So even if he gets a card, the team takes it down. And looks like blue team will follow.
I think the way you do with Reaper versus Diva, having played Reaper quite a bit, is you
Nano
make a
boost
waste
is ready
of
to
a
deploy.
shield matrix first.
Yeah,
Just empty equipment to work.
yeah, pretty much.
Time to raise my APM.
nice scouting, nice scouting. I'll use his Wraith form. Well, they're going back to point now to try and defend it against.
They've got one last push.
The
They've
last
only got
push.
5 seconds to actually get to the point.
Let's see if it's
Get need to protect the objective.
Oh,
Get in there.
like blue team don't have any.
Take your position. You're powered up. Get in there.
Pass into the iris.
Good. Running Zen against Ana is really
Fire. Keep out of my way.
That's why Lucio's on this in the place. Anyway, it's time to see the grand finals. So
so I thought it was first to 5, because last one was first to 3 as well.
no, it's best of 3.
Okay,
Like, but best of 5.
so it's same as yeah, because you were saying first to 5 and you were like, yeah.
Oh, okay, I must have said. Anyway, looks like Red Team did have the advantage at the beginning with that excellent team comp we saw, but unfortunately they just switched off it for some dumb reason. Oh, okay, dumb.